Please welcome to the stage, Tamra Brown.
Jeff Weinhofer, everybody. Doing a great job hosting tonight. I love it when he brings me up with that party story. I made him laugh one time at a party. He's introed me that way before, so that's cool. So I hope you guys can bear with me. I got a big party this weekend. I got a lot of material I need to go over, so you guys can just work with me. Let's pretend there's some Doritos over here. This is where the drunk girl is, and then we're going to go over a few things. Are you guys having fun?
Woo!
Good, good. All right, so I gotta get into watching porn. I've decided this, because it's like everybody watches porn, you know? So I'm gonna do it, but I'm sort of approaching it like Battlestar Galactica and Dexter. Like it's this thing that all my friends are really into, and I know that if I just gave it a chance and like really sat down and watched some porn. So I got all the DVDs. I'm just gonna take a weekend, power through, and then we can talk about it, you know. Because I'm just tired of not getting the references, you know? Everybody's talking about. Lindsay was talking about her cat. Who here has cats or dogs or animals? I know how everybody loves their pets, and I really appreciate that. I do, but I'm just not like that. I'm not an animal person at all. And people know this about me. My friends will if I'm out, my friend will be like, I gotta run by the store before we get home. I gotta pick up some dog food. Sorry, I know you hate animals. I'm like, no, I don't hate them. I don't. And then in trying to explain my position on pets, I start to sound like my grandpa talking about black people. No, I don't hate them. I just don't want them in my house. I don't hate them. I just don't think they should be allowed in the restaurant, sitting next to me at a table, bold as brass, like they have every reason to be there as me. That's how I feel. All right, I'll just get real with you guys. I'm a cutter. Yeah. I don't use a razor though, because I'm a roof of the mouth cutter. I just eat Doritos and stale French bread, just so that I can feel something. I just choked on some spit, sorry. You know when that happens. This bar just opened in my neighborhood. It's new and it's a super popular place. All of a sudden it's crowded all of the time. And so I went in there the other night. I went to check it out with my friend Marco, and because there were so many people in there, I kind of lost him in the crowd. I didn't know where he went. I was like, Marco! You can't lose someone named Marco in a crowd. Yeah, you'll never find him. When I go into bars, I have this thing. I love to play wing woman with my guy friends. So I want to help them find dates. It's fun for me. But the problem is my opinion of a hot chick is different than my friends' opinions of a pretty girl. Because I always point out typically blonde and big tits and you know what's typically pretty, but my guy friends think they're so noble. They're like, oh, not her. I don't want to hear stories about her cat's birthday and how she wants to take stripper pole classes. And I'm like, excuse me, I'm sorry. Well, you point out to me, who do you think is hot? And they will inevitably point out the exact same girl, but only wearing horn-rimmed nerd glasses and like a t-shirt with some obscure line of dialogue from The Big Lebowski or something. You know, wearing her personality. I'm like, you realize that Superman and Clark Kent are the same person, right? You just take a hot girl and put on nerd glasses and an I'm with Coco button. Suddenly she's got a lot of interesting things to say. before I was coming up here, I was like thinking about what I wanted to talk about, and I was like, I can't tell those jokes and wear these. You guys wouldn't take a thing I said seriously. So here we go. Let's start the show. I think that most people wear glasses or contact lenses. Like the majority of people need some sort of vision correction, and because of that, like I'll always hear people like sort of get into these arguments about who's blinder. You know, they'll like say like, oh God, I need a new prescription, and my contact lenses need to be renewed, and I can't see a thing without my glasses. And then the other person will be like, oh, I know, it's like I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm bumping into things and I'm so blind. And it's like this weird competition. It's like this weird competition of who's almost disabled. You know? And it's only with blindness, like nobody's ever like, I am such a bad speller, I swear to God, I'm almost retarded. I'm pretty sure. Or like, you know, like when I'm sitting down, my foot cramps up so bad, I'm pretty sure I've got like a mild version of cerebral palsy. Like nobody ever says those things, but like, I guess the reason I always notice like the blind competition is because I actually am blind. Like I'm legally blind since birth. So like whenever I hear people arguing over who's blinder, I always think, should I just jump in there and shut this down? Like, should I just be like, oh, I totally get that. Like you wake up in the middle of the night and you bump into things. It's totally like how when I was in high school I was severely ridiculed and like nobody would go out with me because they didn't want to be seen with the blind girl. And then it's silence. I'm like, sorry about that, guys. I didn't mean to, you know, harsh anybody's buzz. I thought we were all just joshing about our social imperfections. I don't want anyone to feel sorry for me or anything. So you guys want to go make fat people cry or what? Oh, God. I wish I was good at, like, I'm not good at like going out to like meet guys, you know, like with my girlfriends I have a lot of those like typically hot girlfriends, and like when they're getting ready to go out they'll always say things like, I'm gonna look really hot tonight, I'm gonna wear my fuck me boots. I'm gonna look really sexy, I'm gonna wear my fuck me skirt. I'm like, I try to take a cue from them, but I'm doing something wrong because I just never meet anybody when I wear my fuck me sweater vest. The other thing is about like hot girls can wear like low-rise jeans with their thong hanging out of the back of them, you know? Like whenever I see girls with their ass crack hanging out of the back of their pants, I think to myself, like, you want some sort of acknowledgement for this. Like, you know that you're hot, so I have to take a picture of it. Like, I always pull out my phone and, like, snap a picture of the girl, like, because she wants attention, you know? Like, I know what you're doing. So I've been collecting these, like, pictures on my phone, but my phone's kind of old, so it still makes the, like, the shutter sound. So I saw one of these girls walking around with her ass hanging out, and I take out my phone, and I, like, snap a picture, and it goes, and she hears it, and she whips around. She's like, what did you just do? Did you just take a picture of me? What is wrong with you? I was like, come on, like, you didn't want it. You're the one that's walking around with your ass hanging out. And I was like, wow, when did I start using rapist logic? I'm gonna end it there. You guys are great. Tamra Brown.